Welcome back, everyone. You are watching Gamers Against Suicide 2025. I will be the host for the next run. I am Jens. And next up is the Typing That speed run by HammerKick. So take it away.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you guys. My name is HammerKick. I'm a French commentator, streamer, and also speedrunner, mainly on typing games. And today, yes, I will be showcasing Typing of the Dead, which is an arcade game that's a mod of the House of the Dead 2 that was released in 1999. And I will be running the arcade category, pretty much the entire game. From the beginning to the end, and instead of shooting at zombies in the original game, I will be typing words and quotes, which are very funny. So I will be joined by Pitchy on commentary to help me with all of this. So hello, friend.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Peaches. I'm just going to be giving a little bit of commentary while HammerKick is playing, and yeah, it should be a good time. So good luck with the run.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready to go. So let's get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, yeah, like HammerKick was saying, this is like Typing of the Dead, or sorry, like House of the Dead, but you type at the zombies instead of shooting them. And it starts out real nice and easy. You can see these zombies only have 2 letters on their chests. So they go down pretty much without a fight. And otherwise, they slowly get longer as the run progresses. You're going to see some slightly longer words. And then as the run really gets deeper, we're going to start seeing some like phrases and sentences. And they start to get pretty silly. So I think it's a really fun game. It's like pretty irreverent. And very entertaining. And one of the first questions that I think a lot of people have about this game is, are the words the same every time? And they're very, very much not. The word pool is like really huge. Somebody did like a decompiled list of all of them, and there's like literally tens of thousands of different words and sentences that could be pulled. So it's a really, really good marathon run, I think, because you get different stuff pretty much every single time. In terms of kind of like the routing of the game, there's some things to call out. One thing was that guy who was crawling on the floor, he just got kicked in the butt. The reason for that is you actually want him to get kicked in the butt, because if you save him, he'll stand up and say thank you. So the timing there was pretty close. Some other things too. Geez, this runner's already flying by. There's a zombie in the window who's trying to throw an axe at us, and if you shoot him before the animation finishes, then he doesn't even throw the axe. So just little things like that. Okay, this is the first mission. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shoot zombies for 30 seconds, but if you just let one hit you, it'll fail the mission, which is obviously faster than typing for 30 seconds. So in doing so as well, now we can get into the next part about kind of manipulating the difficulty of the game. When you take a hit in this game, your difficulty, so to speak, goes down a little bit, meaning that words will become a little bit easier, and like phrases become a little bit shorter, and you get a little bit more time to do them before you get hit. So what HammerKick is going to be doing throughout the run is trying to manage getting hit on purpose at advantageous times. You might also notice too that there's a tranquilizer in that item box that he got about 10 seconds ago, and that'll also make the words a little bit easier as well. But talking about randomness, it's not always guaranteed, depending on the different item boxes, what you're going to get. All right, so we're fighting the first boss, and he doesn't really have too much going on here. He's just got like slightly longer phrases. So this is generally going to be the first time that you see like full sentences as like typable things. And he's got a first phase where you're kind of shooting the armor, and then the second phase you're going to shoot just the bat. But what's interesting now, if you keep an eye on the life bar on the top, as soon as that depletes, HammerKick is going to hit Alt F2. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of soft reset and kick us back out onto the main menu, which will skip the cutscene and the score tally that's going to attempt to happen between the levels. So this really speeds up the run quite a bit for a couple different reasons. Obviously, you're skipping the cutscene and the score tally, but it also will reset the difficulty. So what it means is that as the game is trying to get longer and longer words, by doing that soft reset, it's going to give us like back down to kind of the default. Wow, that was a really quick pizza. Okay, so the Alt F2. Now we're going into level 2, and this first guy here is pretty important. if you were not to do the Alt F2, I guess it starts to get a little bit tight. But because of the Alt F2, hopefully there's no risk of him like missing that phrase. But if you do miss him, you actually get sent down a totally different route. There's kind of like a branching path of levels, and different things that you do in the game can kind of send you down different ones. So you really don't want that first guy to die there. Now, coming up here is going to be the second mission. And this is another RNG thing where what we really, really want to see is a guy jumping out of the left window. Nice.
Yay.
Good. Yeah, that is very lucky. That I think saves like 8 seconds or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a I think 2 bad patterns or something like that. It's like a 50-50, I think. It's like a coin flip. And 8 seconds if you get the bad one. So good luck there. The kind of interesting guy here, hanging out of the window. What I like to do and what HammerKick, is doing, as you can see, is he is just mashing. And if you get lucky, if it rolls something that you're mashing, then you can just instantly type one of those axes. So just kind of like a goofy little strat that can save, I don't know, a fraction of a second.
Like
All right, this is the
second, like doesn't really matter actually.
Oh, what's that, sorry?
It doesn't really matter to be honest. It's just fun to do actually, pretty much. Like you just mash keys and you're like, oh, it works, cool. But it doesn't.
Yeah.
Pretty much nothing to be honest.
It's very satisfying to hit it.
Yeah.
So there was a key on the ground. By not typing that, we're going down a separate path. So I think this level has like 6 or 7 different branching points. Yeah. But one reason to go down this path is you get another series of these kind of like leeches that jump at you. Very, very easy to manage hit to take. Because as they're going through the different paths, you want to look for the places where it's like easy to take a hit. Easy and fast. So it's a good spot to do it.
Would there be time for me to promote the incentive real quick?
Yeah, this is a good time.
So we are raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. There's a link pinned in the chat if you want to donate. All donations go directly to the foundation, and we have a milestone for $1,000, which will be safe sit during the Final Fantasy VI run that is coming up soon. So if you want to see that, make sure to donate. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And if you ever have anything, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I'll just be yapping about the run the whole time. I feel like there's a bunch of fun little things to call out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So another easy hit from the piranhas in there, and there's going to be a guy on a boat here. Not these two, like an actual guy. And what HammerKick will do is type all the way up until the last letter, wait for him to get hit, and then secure that. And if this weren't an Alt F2 run, that would actually help as well for a different reason, which is that you actually want your rank to be a little bit lower if you can help it, because in between levels, it'll tally up your score. And the more high ranks that you get, the more score that you get. And if you're in the top 10, you'll get an extra life. And getting an extra life is, not inherently bad, but we're just trying to like really, really manage our HP and have exactly as much as we intend to. Speaking of which, there was a great continue right there. And using that continue right before this boss is pretty important because his chest now opens and closes and you can only type when it's open. And by using the continue there, it's open a little bit longer. Nice. And when it's kind of grayed out like that, you can't type, but it lets you sort of, like prep your fingers and mentally prepare for like typing as fast as you can so that you can get it before it closes. But HammerKick's on tonight. Like none of these seem at risk at all.
Actually.
Yeah. That was great. None of those seemed at risk at all of getting closed off.
Well,
yeah, it's fine. It's fine as long as it didn't happen during the chest open and close part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was phase 1. Phase 2, he just kind of jumps up.
Depth again. Okay, sure.
Yeah. And phase 2 is much less kind of like at risk of losing time. You just type it as you go. So we're going to get another Alt F2 as soon as the life bar is depleted here. Nice one. And already in the stage 3. All right, so this might be maybe the most important path choosing. There's going to be a guy in a boat, I love that guy. I love this guy coming up, and I love his voice acting. And if you save him, what's kind of interesting is he actually sets a flag for the next level. So when you save him, he says, "Thank you. I'll open the Watergate for you."
I love him.
I love that guy. Sorry, it's just
Yeah.
so wholesome. But anywho, yeah. So what this means then is that when we finish this level, we go into a different starting point of level 4, and it makes it much faster. It's like an alternate version of the level. And what that means though is that we're gonna want to not Alt F2, because Alt F2, that soft reset that I talked about, will make it so that you can't carry through that kind of like alternate path that we just secured by saving that guy in the boat. And what that means is that we're going to see the ending cutscene, we're going to watch the score tally, and even despite all of that, it's still going to be faster to go through it. So, really important kind of decision to make there. And nice tranquilizer. And we're coming up on kind of an interesting boss in this one. The boss that's coming up is going to ask a series of questions, and then HammerKick is going to have to choose the right one. And instead of yapping, I'll hit the brakes on that for a bit, just so that HammerKick can kind of read it and process it and digest it, because some of them are kind of tricky. They're like trick questions, and if you're not a native English speaker, they're sometimes like pretty rude, like pun or joke answers. So
yeah. Yep. All right, let's see what he has in store. So yeah, I usually do it from left to right, so I'm gonna try to answer as quickly as possible without making mistakes if possible. Okay, let's see. Which country is in Europe? Yeah, not sure what I hesitated there. A Greek god. Oh, this is a big trap actually. Holiday in the UK. I'm okay. Actually, I have no idea this was an holiday. Which one month is? Okay. Which brave is air? Which country is in Europe again? Okay. A good for underwear cotton. Unfortunate, I took damage, so I'm gonna lose time in the next chapter, whatever happens. So I'm gonna have to deal with that, but it's okay.
yeah, is what it is. So that's the first phase, and regardless, I mean, yeah, having 1 HP, I guess, would be ideal going into the next level, just because there's a mission early on. But that, I feel like it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things. So, honestly, with all the Europe-based questions, I probably would have messed up a bunch of those. I wouldn't have gotten. I wouldn't have gotten Mayday.
What even is Mayday? Like, is it like the 1st of May? Like,
yeah.
We have La Fête du Travail in France. That's like the 1st of May. But okay, I'll have to look it through. I have no idea.
Yeah, if you got it wrong, it makes me feel better, because I'm extremely American, and I would have gotten that very wrong. But yeah, so that was the score tally screen, and we avoided getting the 1-up by being top 10, so that's good. And now here we are at this mission here, which it's not really a big time loss. If you were to have used a continue, it goes, it just skips this kind of like, so
yep.
Not a big deal. Ideally, we'll get this guy in the event coming up.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So that's really what is important, I guess, or what there is to worry about. Because if you were to let that guy get pulled down the vent, that's a pretty big time loss. And despite the fact that we didn't have like super duper optimal like continue usage there, HammerKick was still able to save the guy from the vent. Yeah, and another kind of like waiting until just the very last minute to let that guy die. And oh, nice mash.
Whoops. Okay. This is good.
Yeah, so here, this is my personal favorite boss that's coming up. This is going to be Strength and he asks you, or he doesn't ask you anything. He tells you. He basically like tells you a series of stories, and they're much longer, so they have a lot more kind of like freedom for creativity. And these get really, really silly. And despite the fact that they're like four, like sentences long each, and there's three of them, there's still a really huge pool of these. I want to say that there's like a couple dozen of these. So these are always kind of fun to see which ones you get.
Let's see. Okay.
Not really a gameplay gimmick. It's just kind of like they're much longer, so it's
Yeah.
fun to play them.
So yeah, I would once again like to remind everyone and those who are just joining us that we are raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. If you want to donate, there's a link pinned in chat right now. All of the donations go directly to the foundation, and we have a donation milestone for $1,000 for Safe Sid for the upcoming Final Fantasy VI run. So if you want to see that, be sure to donate. And yeah, back to you guys.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I've actually I don't think I've like ever seen the first two of these in a run. I don't know, just the word pool is just so huge. And I think that's something that really gives this game kind of an edge for me over like a lot of other typing games. You know, there's some that I think are really fun to play, but the word pool is just not that big. So the fact that this game was made in what, like 2001 or something, I think that the typing version is like really quite old. And
Yes.
yeah, for whatever reason, they just went like super hard on the word pool. Okay, so there is a really, really important item here that's waiting in that barrel. And what we want to see is genre dictionary.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, good luck.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
this is such a good one. Okay, so yeah, what this does is it gives you kind of like a pre sort of you know, like themed set of words. And a lot of times they'll be a lot shorter. So there'll be things kind of like, you know, blueberry, raspberry. Sometimes you get unlucky and it'll be like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, like old presidents or something like that, right? And in that case, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because if you're going to be doing like PB attempts or world record attempts of this game, that you, I think, need at this point, you need a good genre dictionary. And we're like a good 16 minutes into the run.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
if it's my last PB.
Yeah. So that's kind of the sad thing about a game that is very random and very RNG heavy. Like, even though, yes, like typing fast does make it go faster, like you can just get really bad luck on your phrases and go a bit slower. But yeah, that was a great genre dictionary. So here we are. We're doing kind of like boss free fights because we're getting into kind of the back half of the game here, and they don't actually change anything about it. So it's just the exact same sort of like shoot the armor for a bit and then shoot the bat for a bit, and otherwise very familiar fight.
Yep. One's ears. Okay. Okay, this was good. Until that, but whatever. It's fine. Good boss overall. Alright, let's keep going.
Yeah, out here on the road, this is my favorite zombie in the game. It's this guy driving the car here, and you don't even shoot him. He just like decides to
You
drive
just
into the wall and explode.
bye. Yeah.
Love that guy so much. Yeah, on this bridge though, there's like quite a lot of opportunities to take damage. And depending on how aggressive that HammerKick wants to be, I guess if you're going for like a full world record, you'd be super aggro here. But for marathon sake, probably just gonna, you know, I think take like one more continue and then soften yourself up a little bit after that. But yeah, on the way to the final boss of this stage, there's another refight
Bruh.
here, and
He's
he's
about to type.
yeah, he's got the same kind of open and close.
Okay. Yeah, I lost time on the hemorrhoids word, which is very tough. Like it doesn't really make sense to type, to be honest. Like you have to, I don't know.
Yeah. Classic move, losing time on the hemorrhoids. So there's a bunch more zombies here that are pretty easy to take damage on, including this guy here. When you kill him, he shoots a worm out, and so you want to like, okay, yeah.
I think it's faster on this one.
No, it
Like,
makes a lot of sense because this guy here is like essentially auto scroller. And yeah, if you use a continue, then you can just mash enter, and the act of like using the continue hurts everyone on the screen. And so here, this is another pretty high risk boss fight. This boss here will damage you if you type a single word or a single letter wrong. And it's also important to count how many times that you've successfully hit him, because if you manage your life very like optimally, I guess, then you can sort of speed up the transition. So I'll let HammerKick count.
1, 2, 3, 4, ok, my god. 5, ok, moteur. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, tu l'as draft quand il est mort. Okay, that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so having like one hit to take there is like fine, in the sense of it was like a safety hit. And the idea is just to sort of like get as close to 12 hits on him as you can, and then use the continue as late as possible. And in doing so, it means that these attacks here are as short as possible, because he'll throw 3 small balls at you and then 1 long ball. And using the continue as close as you can to the second phase means that these are quite a lot shorter. It gets pretty brutal if you're trying to do like a 1cc attempt. Some of these smaller ones, at least like they're small now, if you're really cranking up the like dynamic difficulty, these can get pretty tough.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and in phase 2, it doesn't really matter at all if you make typos. That's maybe something too that we could talk about is we haven't mentioned that perfect meter up in the top left. There's that green bar that's filling up. And what happens is for every phrase in a row that you type, your combo meter goes up, and it slowly scales how fast the green bar fills up. So, perfect 1, 2, and 3 don't really give you very much green meter, but if you get like, 20, 30, 40, like all of a sudden you're starting to really fill it up pretty quick. And so in that sense, it's actually kind of beneficial to just make some little typos here and there on your way, just because you want that meter to be low so that you can manage kind of your health points, right? If you were just type perfectly the whole way through, you might get a health point right before you were expecting to get a continue, or to use a continue. Sorry. So yeah, it's not even bad to like just throw caution to the wind, just type as fast as you possibly can, because if you make a mistake, the game won't care. It's not like you have to like backspace the error that you made. You can just keep on typing. So just by very quickly typing, you're managing your combo meter appropriately. Additionally, you might notice that HammerKick did not Alt F2 going out of that last stage. The reason for that isn't for any kind of like pathing or whatever. It's just that you can't actually Alt F2 and soft reset into stage 6. So you have to watch the final cutscene of 5. And so yeah, this brings us into the last stage. And in this case, a lot of the enemies either have like multiple hit points like this, or they just have much longer phrases, including this guy coming out of the elevator here, who I think is typically the longest in the game. Oh yeah, it's a pretty long one this time.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, they're really starting to crank up the length here. And I feel like a lot of these are just phrases I just never, ever, ever have seen before. Hundreds of pretty long phrases.
I've never seen this one before, actually, I think.
Yeah.
One.
And pretty good kind of credit count. There's going to be a mission coming up. And if you're going for a record at this point, this is where it starts to get a little dicey. Really starts to get like low on HP.
Yeah, we're doing a marathon safe strat. Like I'm supposed to be on 1 credit right now, but for safety, I'm keeping 2 credits. But I'm gonna be slower. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's not by much though. And there's one more RNG thing coming right around the corner. There's like one more item box, and this is unfortunately like it's not as important as that genre dictionary from the previous stage, but it could either be a tranquilizer or a life. And yeah, unfortunately, the life is like the worst of the two. But that would only really be a thing for like going for a record and losing a couple seconds here and there.
Okay, we have a second quiz coming up, which is always scary, obviously. Which one is the planet? Pluto. It's no longer a planet, by the way, but whatever. A class in school.
Never forget what they took from us.
Yeah, a kind of whatever. Yeah, of course. I wasn't. Sometimes you just have to wait and it tells you the answer. Okay. A good vacation spot. I've found in Bali right now, actually, so that's funny. Which food is. I mean, sure. What country we're at the store? Good for underwear, cotton. We had that before. Shrimp grave, joke, olive crave. Wait, is that a milkshake a cooked food, or am I stupid? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. No, I'm probably stupid, by the way. Don't mind me.
No, see that I think that's actually a good example of like a pretty tricky one because it starts with banana, right? The banana bread, and if you're just like scanning quickly trying to like figure out what to type, it's like, well, banana, that's a fruit. You don't cook that.
Yeah. Have to be.
Did I just read that text correctly?
Which one was it?
Okay. I might actually be like crazy, but did that text say foot fetish?
Oh, it could have. I was thinking about banana bread.
Hold on.
You for yourself.
I'm clipping that. I'm watching that back. I'm clipping that.
Oh, okay. Hello, Goldman.
It did.
Joke with my French commentator, by the way. Like, this guy is called Goldman, and we have a personality in France called Jean-Jacques Goldman. So it's funny, pretty much. Okay, final boss. Let's go. Time to focus.
Final boss. This guy here has a couple different phases. At the start, he's got I think 4 different attacks. So this is pretty RNG dependent. Really, all you want to not see is when he throws 4 balls at once, and you can see all 4 kind of like on the screen at once. This is, I think, the best one. That was a weird, very weird phrase. It's not that common to have either numbers or hyphens.
Okay, that was
nice clutch.
Bit shaky.
Yeah, so we haven't used a credit in a while, so these are really starting to get pretty long. And they don't give you that much time to do these, so this is pretty clutch. Oh, looks like 4 balls. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So that might have been the worst result, I guess, is to not take a hit there. Because I think if you just took a hit, it might have maybe even been better at that point.
Take deal damage with 1 bullet available still, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna this there.
Yeah, and that's I'm sure for the best.
It didn't work. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. I have no idea. Okay.
Yeah, now you can. Well, if he throws balls again, you can see how much shorter they are.
Yeah.
Those are still pretty long.
Even that's real right there, but it's phase 2 now.
Yeah, already getting into phase 2. So, jeez, that's a pretty generous chainsaw. In phase 2, you get kind of like the boss mini refights, and all you really want to avoid is the chainsaw guy. But like we just used a credit, so that was not too dangerous. A lot of times they will just come screaming at you. But yeah, these are nice and short.
Okay, phase 3. Time is coming up, by the way.
Yeah, so phase 3, he asks you 3 questions. There's technically 1 right answer and 2 wrong answers, but they're all kind of like gibberish joke answers. And depending on how you answer, it'll change your ending. They're usually, these are like really fun.
Okay, and and time. Okay. Good run overall.
Yeah, GG. Nice run. Yeah, so like I was saying, depending on your answers, you'll get one of 3 different endings. All 3 of them are pretty silly. I guess let's see what we get. And it's based on if you got like all right, all wrong, or a mix of right and wrong. Again, it doesn't really mean anything if they're right and wrong. It's just the game has one right one. Okay, no fart. Hopefully no bungee. You got the bungee. This is my least favorite one, but it's funny.
Yeah. There you go.
So there it is.
The burp ending. Okay, this is the credits. You can type the credits. It's fun. Make the zombies do a Fortnite dance pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much typing of the dead. So yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you, Peaches, for helping with commentary. Pleasure as usual. So
thank you both for being here. What an interesting game.
yeah, it's a fun game too.
So,
Casually,
if
so by the way,
the-
the game is free. You can just download it on Abandonware. It's very easy to pick up, by the way.
So
Yeah.
if there's anything y'all would like to say before we move on, now's the chance.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, it's fine.
Oh, I was just gonna say, go and try this game out. Like, there's a dynamic difficulty. You don't have to type as fast as HammerKick. You know, he's super duper fast. You don't have to be that good at typing to enjoy it. I think it's a fun game. Also, thanks for watching, and thanks HammerKick for having me on. It's always fun to watch you play. You're really good at this.
Thank you. Thank you for being there. So yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having once again. Keep donating. It's a very important cause. Apparently, we like saving seed if we reach a certain amount. So just go save seed, please. He's a good guy, pretty much. And yeah, enjoy the rest and the end of the event, and see you around.
Well, thank you all once again. So